The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties. The buzz is this would be the best day of the week, and it certainly feels like it as we are live at Darien High School for girls lacrosse on the HAN Network. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rob Adams. AJ Simonowski with me for the call today as the Darien Blue Wave, one of the top teams in the FCAC and one of the top teams in the state of Connecticut, take on the Manhasset Indians coming across the Sound and one of the top teams from Nassau County, New York. And AJ, as the starting lineup's being introduced, we've got a good one, I think, today.
Thanks for having me, Rob. Another game with you this week, and another game, you and I, Darien versus Manhasset, this time the girls. I am just as excited to see what the Indians bring on this field as we saw the boys against the Wave up in Ridgefield a few weeks ago.
Teams being introduced, as we mentioned, right now, so you have joined us at a perfect time on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, 58 degrees, the temperature as we get things started. The wind might be a little bit of an issue, out of the north-northeast at 6, but gusting to 16. Otherwise, I'll sign for this day, but as we were saying, as we were setting up, if you're thinking in terms of temperatures and weather, if you're in the shadow, in the shade, it's cold. You're out there on the field, it's nice and warm.
Definitely, and as I was saying to you actually just off the air, in the sun, sweatshirt felt a little too much. Under the tent here at our broadcast location, I'm happy I kept the sweatshirt on.
And this is a location we will be at twice over the next 4 days. We will be here as well on Saturday for the big Darien New Canaan matchup in boys lacrosse, and then we're back here in May for the Darien New Canaan girls lacrosse matchup, so we'll be here a few times.
This is a view we know very well.
Please rise.
Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, get things going right after this. Darien and Manhasset. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network.
Had a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or go to coastalorthoexpress.com. That's coastalorthoexpress.com. Like them on Facebook.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. Where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Until April 30th, choose $150 cash for a Smeg toaster when you open a MyBankwell Choice checking account with a minimum of $2,000.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
At Darien High School, Rob Adams, AJ Simonowski, as we get ready to get things going. Manhasset, as we saw just not quite 2 weeks ago at Ridgefield High School, they show up in an orange and a dark color, much like the Ridgefield Tigers, but that dark color in this case is a navy versus the black of Ridgefield. So it can be a little, you find yourself going, wait, is that Ridge? No, that's Manhasset out there. It's a really nice look, though. Dominant orange in this look that they bring here today.
Definitely is. I actually can say I like the girls' uniforms a little bit better. The numbers on their jerseys just a little bit clearer, easier for us to read.
As for Darien, easy as well to read. That white top and bottom with the blue on it, of course. Always a hint of black that Darien will bring to the uniform, says Darien on the front of the jersey. Kind of a lighter blue, not quite a navy, but they take the field. Lisa Lindley, the head coach of Darien, won her 375th game yesterday. As she told Steve Buno in the Darien Times, it means I'm old, which I would not buy into.
I would never think to say such a thing, but 375 wins. My goodness.
That is a lot of wins over a lot of years. So congratulations to Coach Lindley for winning or reaching 375 wins. So let's get things started here. Still waiting on Manhasset to hit the field at this point.
Just having their pregame huddle right now. Should be along momentarily.
Manhasset 7-0 as they come in from Nassau County, playing in what is called Nassau Conference 1. And for the Blue Wave, 8-1 on the year. Not very often, and we're not one to always talk about competitors and stuff, although in this case, not really a competitor. But not often you can say, well, as I was checking the information in Newsday for this game.
That's true. That's not something we get to hear very often for high school sports.
Just kind of fun. A little nod to the folks out on Long Island. Teams out at midfield, ready to go. And we'll be ready to go as well. So buckle up for a Wednesday afternoon.
As one of the referees has to take a moment to move an errant goal that was left on the field.
Well, it happens. So they will resolve that. And we'll be off and running. Programming note for tomorrow, by the way. We were supposed to have a baseball game tomorrow at Cubetta Stadium, which was Trinity Catholic hosting the Wilton Warriors. That game got moved to today and starts in about 20 minutes. Obviously, that won't do us a lot of good, so we unfortunately cannot cover that game and have removed it from the schedule. So off we go. Down the near side comes Logan Book getting us started. Book struggling on the near side, 30 yards outside of the net, and the whistle will stop things here. Just 18 seconds gone by. Now, this is a running clock until the final couple of minutes of each half. Off the reset. And no score early on. Far side, they'll feed back behind the net. Stay from X and bring it to the near side. A lot of ball movement by the Blue Wave. Scoreless game. 50 seconds gone in the opening frame. It also, as many might know or not know, it's halves versus quarters. Looking to set it up out in front. A good look out in front, but taken down, and there's a whistle and the official showing the flag. So that'll stop us as clock continues to run, but
Free position, Emma Jakes.
Emma Jakes, wearing number 8, throws the bouncer out in front.
Looked like Manhasset might have gotten a stick on that.
And it'll be taken back the other way. No score. Flipped along for the Indians. Allison Lane, defense, played it ahead. So here's Manhasset down the left side. As it'll be taken back, they'll set things up again 20 yards outside of the net. Starting forward is Aaron Berry. Berry hands it off behind the net to Madison Riley. Trying to create havoc down low. She'll go behind the net. That takes you into the football end zone versus what we saw last night in New Canaan. And sent back out. Lauren Lynch, who plays the midi, gets down low and they score.
Manhasset scores the first goal of the game.
Great opening goal for the Indians. Lynch able to cut across to the far side of the net, breaks open, and is able to go top shelf against Ellie Tanny in goal for the Wave. 1-0 Indians.
Goal was scored by Sarah Wepler, number 9.
They are awarding the goal to Sarah Wepler, wearing number 9. So 1-0 and 22:37 to go. So back for the face-off. Controlled by the Blue Wave. They had it. Stop things right there. It'll be picked up by the Indians. The Indians in orange. And off the reset, they will play it. Was worked ahead by Rory Quinn, a senior attack. Heading it back behind the cage now. Out in front, but losing the handle on it, as that was played by Riley. The whistle there, and it will stay. So the Indians will retain it. 21:45 to go. We're in the first, 1-0. Beg your pardon, I meant to say the Blue Wave. Now it's thrown back out toward midfield, but no question, scooped right back up. But another whistle will stop things there. So they'll reset.
I wouldn't hold that against you, Rob. The referees was also indicating in Manhasset's direction for that possession.
Catherine Markham will control it. She'll go down the left side in a 1-0 game. So they'll replay off the whistle. Coming down on the 21-minute mark of the first half. 1-0 Manhasset. Bring it over near side to Lynch. Dancing in, they'll go back behind. Good look out in front, and that was way too easy. 2-0. Looked like Rory Quinn out in front to make it 2-0.
Number 28, Rory Quinn on a beautiful pass.
Good eye, Rob. Quinn able to cut in front of the net, finds herself just a little bit of an opening, and again beats Ellie Tanny over the top.
To Madison Riley.
So back for the face-off now. It's a 2-0 game. Keeping an eye on things today is Ruby. Ruby making friends as always. Currently licking a friendly hand. That Ruby, by the way, would be a corgi, just so we're clear.
As Rob, the scoreboard here at Darien High School, is informing us that no dogs are allowed, unfortunately for...
We know nothing. It stays at 2-0. Ruby's Ruby. Ruby got a credential. It'll be controlled by the Blue Wave. They're moving from right to left. Katie Cronin with the ball. Heads down the right side. Trying to step in. Spins around. They'll feed it down low, and it gets away. So, another reset. Back out come the Indians. They have a 2-0 lead. John, go ahead.
I was going to say, Rob, certainly not the start Darien has wanted here. They've allowed 2 easy goals from close in.
That's the thing that has to concern you if you're the Blue Wave. But the Indians off to a good start. So to be played by the Indians. Back behind the net. Again, another cut down low. But it'll be spun around and taken back by the Blue Wave. So they bring it from right to left. Chandler Kirby for the Wave. Dancing around people. Look at Chandler Kirby go. Feed over. And a whistle and the push with the flag coming out from the official and 18:50 to go. So they'll reset. Susie Ropp will handle it.
Not going to say a waste of a break by Chandler Kirby, but boy, she just ran past Manhasset.
Ropp on net, they score.
Rock feeds Kaylee Morrow for Darien's first goal.
Kaylee Morrow makes it a 2-1 game.
With only about 10 minutes left, or 10 minutes gone so far, you didn't want to say that Darien needed that one, but you're down 2-0. Manhasset's got seems to have gotten the better of it in the early going. That was an answer the Wave needed.
It feels just like what we had last night in New Canaan. Good start for the Rams early on in boys lacrosse, and then on came Staples, and all they needed to do was make it a defensive stop. In this case, they went one better, got the goal. It's a 2-1 game. Face-off controlled by Darien. It's a 2-1 game. Really looking forward to that game on Saturday, with a special pregame scheduled now for 11:30 Saturday here in Darien. Ball gets away, so they will chase it. Daphne Budd will go scoop it up back there.
At the north end of the stadium, please get off the mats and stay out of the pits. Thank you.
And the public address announcer ruining all the fun for the kids in the north end of the stadium.
Which is just a shame. Those mats are an awful lot of fun to play on.
They're so tantalizing. Come on. Here's Kirby. Feeds it back.
Kirby again running untouched nearly half the length of the field.
A 2-1 game here. 17:22 to go. As down went Katie Cronin. Cronin, the senior midi. So they'll set things up again. Off the free, brings it down on net and ties it up.
And Rob, just like Kaylee Morrill a minute ago, scoring off of the reposition. She's essentially alone in front of the net, and so far, Darien has had 3 of those opportunities, able to convert 2 of them. We're tied.
And again, that's what it is. Despite the early deficit, and it looked like it was easy pickings early on for the Indians, the Blue Wave just had to start kind of playing their game, make a stop, play their game. They did it. We're tied at 2.
And now if you're Manhasset, you can't let things get away from you. You've given up 2 easy goals in relatively rapid succession. Don't let yourselves get down, mentally or on the scoreboard.
Face-off controlled and turned around by the Blue Wave, so they'll do it again. Logan Book went and gave it to Kirby. The whistle will stop things. They'll reset. Just about 8 and change gone by. Off to the near side. Along comes Laura Murphy down the left side. She has Casey Roscoe on her. They'll set things up again with Cronin. Cronin and Kirby playing catch. 20 yards out. Now she makes the move, gets in, and the save made.
Big save by Chrissy Kowalski.
And Kowalski with the save there for the Indians. And echoing the PA announcer, that really was a big one.
Well, when you're just about, I mean, you're only a few yards out of the net, and you've got that ball coming towards you. It's a good job by her to get the stick up in position and swat it away. So 2-2 now, and 15:49 to go in the first half, but it's 3-2.
Assist by Madison Riley.
Quick strike, back by the Indians. Quick ball movement again, able to find a player open in front of the net for the easy goal.
A 3-2 game now.
Goal again by Sarah Wepler.
And Sarah Wepler getting credit for the goal. We will defer to the PA. They have extra eyes in there.
Yes, they do, though I think this time they got it right.
Okay. I'm still not so sure on the first one. I will admit that. Again, off the face-off. Here comes Manhasset in a 3-2 lead. Looking down low. It's there. Good defensive, good recovery by the Blue Wave. And another good job to take it away. As they go back behind the net.
A good save made at close range by Carolyn Schudel, who I have been informed is actually playing goalie for the Wave. Sorry, Caroline.
3-2 the score, 15 minutes to go first half. Ruby now trying to play like she is invisible.
I don't see anything.
Again, she has a credential. Played off to the far side. It's a 3-2 game on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in Darien. Right on the verge of really crossing over into true springtime weather, which will hit, I would imagine, in May. Here's Kirby. Lost the handle, and the whistle stops things. So everything gets halted for the reset. Kirby's got it. Just about 29 yards out of the net. She flips left. Goes along to Sky Vandenbroek. Back it goes now to Murphy. Murphy to Kirby. Coming up on 14 minutes to go in the first half, and Manhasset with a 3-2 lead. That scoreboard at the back of the north end zone. A true thing of beauty, just like the one, of course, at Dunning Field. Stepping in, on net, and scoring.
Kirby, number 15.
Oh, good. The PA got it wrong. We got it right.
I was about to be really concerned for a
So was
second,
I. I was about to get really depressed about the roster. You saw the look on my face. It was Murphy.
By number 15, Laura Murphy.
There we go.
There we go. Laura Murphy with the goal for the Wave.
And that ties us at 3. 13:50 to go, first half.
Ball movement, again, so key to getting an open look at the net. Manhasset playing kind of an odd half zone, half man, more of a zone at the top of their set and man down around the net. And Kirby was able to find Laura Murphy open just in front, and she puts it home.
Back for the face-off. Batted around, and they're saying it will be controlled by Manhasset.
As Katie Cronin went sprawling just before the whistle.
So here come the Indians. Down the right side, they send it ahead. Sent across. Oh, it was right there, but scooped up and turned back the other way.
And an errant pass. Unfortunately, the opportunity missed there for Manhasset. They had another good look.
Here comes Kirby down the left side. Speed does catch up, so a good job defensively to get down there and play it with Catherine Markham. And that was the speed I was referring to.
As Kirby ran through traffic, looks like she just lost the handle on it. But either way, a turnover gives the ball back to the Indians.
By the way, we had excitement in track and field practice before. Long before the broadcast, the track and field team was out here practicing.
No lines at the concession stand. Head on over.
There was, as we were setting up, there was a prom proposal. It was a big deal. And I talked to some of the track and field players. They said, yep, she accepted, and we would love to be interviewed. So, congratulations. That's fun stuff.
Admittedly, not my thing.
You didn't go?
Oh, I did go.
Oh, okay.
Didn't make a big deal out of it.
Oh, no. Well, please. Sent back behind the net. I went so long ago that, you kind of looked at someone and went, want to go? There was really not a lot of drama to it. Now there's a little more build-up to it. So good for them. Congratulations and have fun. Here it is a 3-3 game and 11:44 to go in the first half. Always a lot of activity around Darien. Sent left. Stepping down low. It's the Indians on the attack right now. But they lost the handle on it, and the Blue Wave will take it away.
Daphne Budd coming up with the loose ball for the Wave.
They'll reset over on the far sideline. Teams occupy the near sideline here in Darien, closer to the stands. This is where we will be on Saturday for Darien and New Canaan. Of course, the big national showdown in boys lacrosse. Off the reset, it's the Blue Wave going down the right side, trying to set things up. It looks like Murphy, but I can't tell for sure if that was 15.
I believe it is.
They'll send it back. Now Murphy's got it. It was Anna Stein who played it, wearing 16. Stepping in goes Kirby. Kirby behind the net. They'll bring it over near side. Played there by Cronin. Set up, down low, turn, shot, blocked, and recovered by the Blue Wave to retain the possession. So Chandler Kirby will walk it 23 yards out and reset.
Big save off a nifty, really nifty shot from Kaylee Morrow.
The back and forth between Murphy and Kirby, and there's the whistle. .10:02 to go, first half. So Chandler Kirby out of the free position in a 3-3 game. Waiting for the whistle. There it is. She makes the move and sends it high.
We've already seen how dangerous Darien has been off of those repositions, Kirby especially.
Here's Kirby again. Now to Murphy. Murphy right along the hash mark, steps in, backs it out, goes right to Kirby. Kirby trying to find the cut down low. Off to the near side, it'll be scooped up and will go now out of bounds. A good battle here in the corner. 9:21 to go, first half. And 3-3 the score. So off the reset, controlled again. Murphy, Kirby. Kirby between the hash marks. Goes right, lost the handle on it. It is scooped up and taken away by the Indians. And Chrissy Kowalski, the goalie, will handle it. Get it ahead. Quick movement across the line. Right between the hash marks. The Indians looking to create some havoc here as Katie Bellucci has it. Gets down low, a cut, a feed, and they score.
And Rob, it's going to be Sarah Wepler again. She already got a hat trick.
Sarah Wepler scores again, number 9.
So Wepler the goal and a timeout on the field. It comes with 8:40 to go in the first half, and Manhasset has grabbed a 4-3 lead. Let's take a break. We're back to Darien right after this. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
Adams, A.J. Simonowski, Darien High School, 8:40 to go first half, a 4-3 game, Manhasset with the lead as the teams return from the timeout. Again, no broadcast tomorrow, which, this crew has just, I get to be the mouthpiece for this group, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And these guys have worked their tails off throughout this, and no one's complaining. Believe me, we're not digging ditches, but everyone's certainly in favor of catching their breath for a day.
I'm going home after we finish in the studio tomorrow, and I'm taking a nap.
Again, we love what we do. There is absolutely no question about that. And excited for Saturday to be right back here, that special pregame show. Kate back in the studio today for coffee break, as she will be tomorrow morning. Also have Yankee Fisherman. The Yankee Fisherman is on site today, should you be requiring those autographs.
However, he is not fishing.
No, he is not. He's running a camera today. And Arts and Leisure, Steve Coulter, Sally Sanders, Mark Schumann. That comes your way tomorrow as well. Thursday is always busy.
I believe the real dad will be back on the couch tomorrow.
Good.
I thought I heard Steve say.
Good. I have not seen the real dad in a little while. He always wants me to come back on and talk movies with him, and those are good times. Away we go. 8:37 to go, first half. 4-3 Manhasset. Darien's 1 loss on the year to a team from Long Island. New Canaan's 1 loss on the year, also to a team from Long Island. As it bounces to the near side. Garden City beat Darien. Middle Country beat New Canaan. Cutting and looking off to her left. Scooped up there. Trying to turn it back the other way, and here it comes. That's Murphy. Laura Murphy gets across. Brings it down the wing. Gets between the hash marks. And on net, and they tie it right back up. Kaylee Morrow once again. We're knotted at 4.
And Rob, almost a breakdown in communication there for the Indians as 2 Wave players got past unchecked, unpoked at, unimpeded in any way. And with 2 attackers in front of her in the net, there's very little Kowalski could do to stop that shot.
They're reporting it was Laura Murphy on the goal, so we will give it to her. 15 snuck in there. (4-4), 7:49 to go first half. Eric Gendron is telling me it was Kaylee Marl who scored that goal. Is that what you were confirming to me? He is. He's nodding. Okay. It was Kaylee Marl, so thank you, Eric.
That's what my eyes saw. I should not doubt them. The good people in the booth next to us do not have the benefit of instant replay. We do.
Eric was able to take a look at the shot, and sure enough, it was number 2. Blocked there. Whistle stops us. 7:22 to go first half.
I do want to say, Rob, the whistle blew just as Laura Murphy took that shot, and a really good save by Kowalski for the Indians. That's not going to count because I believe play was dead.
Waiting from the free position. Kirby scoops it up. There's the whistle. Kirby bounces wide.
Well, they haven't converted the last 2 times off those free positions. Darien had scored their first 2 goals off of plays like that. Manhasset hasn't had the benefit of ones down on their end, but they've got to stop giving the Wave those open looks.
Fed along, down low. That's in wide as well. That was Susie Rope that time. Again, from the free position. The official backing the Blue Wave up a bit. The whistle, and on net, scooped around and picked right back up by Kowalski. Kowalski looking for the outlet. She finds it. Getting across the line with a head of steam, but look out for the Blue Wave coming up from behind, swatting at it. That was Katie Bellucci for Manhasset. It's a 4-4 game and 5:40 to go until halftime.
Bellucci turned around looking for a call. The referee not agreeing with her.
Aaron Berry on as well. Late in the first half. Now with 5:20 to go in it. They'll go behind the net. A nice crowd here today on a breezy, perhaps even brisk Wednesday afternoon.
It's a little chilly, but
again, if you're sitting in the bleachers and you're now dealing with the western sky, the sun beginning to descend behind the school, which is in the west at this point from these bleachers. So thus you're sitting in shadow. If you were in those visiting bleachers on the east side, well, you'd have lots of sunlight in your face. You'd certainly be staying warm. Backing it out. Played by Katie Bellucci. Bellucci wearing number 6, went to Erin Berry. Berry gets it back. Berry starts to make a move, sends it in. Bellucci and a whistle before the shot. So from the free position, she'll reset. 4:23. Dances in, sends it behind. So decided against the shot, lobs it back out, Berry there. Berry's got an open Bellucci on the right wing, and the bouncer comes over near side.
Credit to the Wave defense off the free position. They're just swarming in front of the net, taking away Katie Bellucci's shooting lane.
So again, resetting, and Olesko gets moved out of the sight of the free position. As down it goes, played by Lauren Lynch. Taken back again to the near side with Maddie Riley. Back out. Resetting with Madison Miller. Fighting for it, the Blue Wave. They're able to come up with it. They'll bring it from right to left in the home white with 3:22 to go in the first half. Bouncing along and taken back by the Indians.
Bit of a sloppy transition play. Katie Cronin lost the handle as she was coming across midfield, right in about the center of the big blue D. And Manhasset able to take advantage and regain possession. As Rob has gone to the dogs.
Down low, sent on net, and they score. That's Erin Berry to make it a 5-4 game.
Really excellent effort by Erin Berry, cutting across all the way in front of the net with a great spin move, and is able to shoot back across her body. Manhasset up one again.
Clock stopped at 2:45. And now the face-off. Flipped along to the near side, an official right there. Says no, it'll go this way. So it'll be Manhasset ball. Bring it down the near side. They'll go back behind the net. Catherine Markham, wearing 23, backs it out. Berry again. Berry brings it along to Rory Quinn. Losing the handle on it. It's picked right back up. That's Liz Harris, a senior attack. Riley, and behind the net. Cutting. They'll go back toward X. Reset there to the near side. Flip it back again behind the net. Out it comes. Losing the handle on it. Blue Wave had it with Kirby initially, but scooped right back up by the Indians. Stop things there. They'll set the free position with 1:40 to go in the first half. Manhasset leads 5-4.
Liz Harris was cutting in just a few passes ago. Had a very good open look in the middle of the net, unable to corral the pass.
Madison Riley starts in. Got hit. I will whistle things dead there. Of course, there's the indication. The push. And trotting right off Logan Book, number 9 for Darien. 1:38 to go first half.
Not much of an argument from Ms. Book, very easy call for the refs to make.
Danielle Gallagher, the head coach of Manhasset, who grab another goal.
Unless my eyes deceive me, Rob, Sarah Wepler one more time.
So it's a 6-4 game with 94 seconds remaining in the first half.
Goal scored by Sarah Wepler, number 9.
(6-4) Manhasset leading Darien, 1:34 to go, first half.
Changing the draw, Katie Ramsey's out there for Darien, and number 10, Lauren Lynch for Manhasset.
Katie Ramsey now on for the face-off for Darien, but it's won by Lauren Lynch of Manhasset. Dropping down to a knee, jumping right back up was Casey Roscoe. Whistle blown here with 1:22 remaining in the first half, and they'll reset.
Another penalty called on the Wave as Sky Vandenbroek heads off. I admittedly did not see the call.
From left to right, Manhasset. Down the left side. Sarah Wepler again. And they score again. No, excuse me, turn right back around. I'm sorry.
Shudell comes up.
It got into the net of Shudell.
Needless to say, a very big save by Shudell there. You don't want to be down 3 goals going into halftime.
Now they'll set things with just under 51 remaining in the first half. Fed along. Out it comes to Laura Murphy. Murphy ahead of steam between the numbers and the hash marks. She had Allison Lane right on her, still does, and gets it back. Katie Cronin waits there. Had it taken away, but no. The official says no chance. It's going to stay with Darien. 27 remaining in the first half. Getting down low. And it's trapped by Kowalski with 19 to go in the half. It was a good look by Cronin. Back with 12. The Indians not in a huge rush.
Oh, but turned right back over, and there is Katie Cronin again.
They'll stop it with 4. So she gets the set from right there off the free position. The official will open up a little more shooting room. Setting up to blow the whistle in a 6-4 game. There it is. Not a lot of time, and was trying to find a cutting Anna Stein. Doesn't find it. We'll reach the end of the first half with Manhasset leading Darien 6-4.
And Rob, I think Katie Cronin is going to be kicking herself for not delivering a better pass there. Anna Stein was wide open, alone in front of the net, and that could have cut the deficit to 1 going into the half for the Wave.
You think of it almost like a one-timer in hockey, but in this case, you're trying to get the ball and make the turn all at the same time. We don't have a camera on me, but you get the idea of what I just did. You've got your hands all set to throw it on the net in one motion, and it didn't work.
Just not able to corral the pass from Cronin, and it sailed over her head.
Halftime here in Darien, and the Darien Blue Wave trail the Manhasset Indians 6-4. We take a break. We're back for the second half in a moment. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network. It was a great game, but it got messy at the end. With sports, I'm Rob Adams. Kate, back to you.
Thanks, Rob. Well, speaking of messy, here's a story about how Triple S cleaned up a big problem for the HAN Network. Eric, let's roll that footage.
The HAN Network travels all over Fairfield County in our HAN Cruiser, covering news, sports, and entertainment.
And when we do, we make sure that our HAN Network branded floor mats are with us to keep the dust and dirt outside.
These mats get filthy, and there's only one company that can get rid of that kind of dirt.
Triple S, with locations all over Fairfield County. We're just now pulling into their Stanford facility. Rob, let's go see if Steve and Wanda can clean these mats up.
Wanda, Steve, literally thousands of feet have walked across our mats in the last 5 months in wind, rain, mud, more.
Is there any way you could make these mats look like new again?
No problem.
That's what we do here. Come on in.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
At the Sylvan Learning Center of Darien, experienced teachers and personalized academic support equals superior results. Our certified teachers uncover skill gaps, address specific needs, and help students realize greater academic success and increased confidence. We're enrolling now. Individualized after-school tutoring in reading, math, history, elementary math, algebra, geometry, calculus, high school science, and study skills. For a free consultation, call 203-655-3276 or email gmcsylvan@gmail.com.
Are you hoping winter is finally in our rearview mirror? Can't wait for the air and water temperatures to start rising? Well, if the answer is yes, you need to get over to Darien or Westport and stop by the Dock Shop, where it's always summer. Both shops are being stocked with lots of new merchandise, including fishing tackle, marine electronics, boating supplies, and more. But remember, the Dock Shop isn't your average tackle shop. At the Dock Shop, you'll also find the finest selection of nautical apparel, jewelry, home decor, and gifts in New England. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Online at dockshop.com.
Do you need help reaching or maintaining your fitness goals? For over 20 years, Mike Pernice has tailored his time and expertise to clients on both coasts whose schedules demand flexibility and accountability. Mike is a certified lifestyle manager and has been called upon to help his clients eliminate negative behaviors such as coping with stress, improving their time management, setting realistic life goals, and cutting down compulsive behavior. If you're ready to start working toward a more energetic, productive, and healthier you, call Mike Pernice.
For over 25 years, Mike Cizik Painting and Wallpapering has been the name to know for residential and commercial properties in Fairfield County. He uses only the top brands, including Benjamin Moore, for impeccable preparation and lasting quality. Call Mike now and receive $500 off any job over $7,000. Mike is currently accepting reservations for spring, so call him today at 203-770-8869 or 203-972-3310. For your custom painting, finishing, and staining needs, it's Mike Cizik.
A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with the Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
Join the HAN Network and Make-A-Wish Connecticut to help make travel wishes come true for local kids with life-threatening medical conditions. Donate your unused airline miles to the HAN Network Wishes in Flight campaign. Together we can share the power of a wish.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday, right here on the HAN Network. Welcome back to Darien High School. Rob Adams, AJ Simonowski, 6-4 Manhasset. We're at halftime. And a good game so far.
A very good game. Admittedly, not the kind of game I was expecting, but Manhasset has given Darien fits. They just do not have an answer for Sarah Wepler at the moment. 4 goals already in the first half.
Wepler, Rory Quinn, Carolee Morrow for Darien, then Katie Cronin. It was 2-2. Then Sarah Wepler again. Laura Murphy made it 3-3. Wepler again 4-3. Morrow 4-4 before Erin Berry and Sarah Wepler again. There's your score, 6-4 halftime. We've said it a few times, just a gorgeous Wednesday afternoon. A few hints of wisps of white in the sky, but beyond that, crystal blue. Persuasion, dare I say. Which was a Tommy James and the Shondells song, which is why I'm saying that. Just to explain it, AJ, but
I was going to let it go, and now I feel that I've made you feel old.
Yeah, well, I did feel a little old with the reference, but I went that far to say it. I figured I'd better explain it. Temperatures, as we said, 50s. But this is it. I mean, tomorrow and Friday will not be this as nice as this.
Unfortunately not, but
Saturday when we come back, I think things will be much nicer. Second half, ready to go. Carly Scudell down to our left. And to our right is Chrissy Kowalski. Second half underway. And you can just overhear the dulcet tones of one Lisa Lindley, not enamored with the first call of the second half.
I did not know who that was, Rob. I'm now all the more impressed that we could actually hear her all the way up here.
Not impressed. Laura Murphy, straight between the hash marks, takes a look, goes off to her left. Has a defender there. On her is Casey Roscoe. 6-4 the score, and 45 seconds gone by in the second half. They'll reset. Murphy right now. Kowalski squares up against the goal. Now she makes the charge. Puts it on net and threw it right by. Murphy does it again, and Murphy makes it a 6-5 game.
Rob, I've already said so many times today just how dangerous Darien can be off of those free positions. I believe that is their 4th goal off of such plays, only one coming off of a quote-unquote normal shot.
So Murphy makes it 6-5.
And if you're Manhasset now, you have got to stop committing the infractions that lead to those setups for the Blue Wave.
Right. Back for the face-off. Ball flies up in the air and scooped away by the Blue Wave. So they'll take it. They'll set things back up again on the far side. It was Emma Lesko who grabbed it out of the air. She's a junior.
I mean, heading the other way, Indians ball. Lesko never really had a handle on it.
So here come the Indians from right to left in the orange and blue. Flying down, looking to rather grab that 2-goal lead again, and they've got it.
Goal.
Top shelf.
Katie Bellucci.
Katie Bellucci makes it a 7-5 game.
A play similar to one that Manhasset's been running all day. Player with the ball just off of the either side of the pipe, toss it back in front, hope for the best. Katie Bellucci is there. She's got another one.
Manhasset back up by 2.
I'm sorry. I gave Katie Bellucci too much credit. That's her first goal of the day.
Yep. I believe because we started to write her name at one point. A lot of scoring, 12 goals so far. Initially, Darien had the face-off, and it looks like it will stay with the Blue Wave. Frank Granito back with me on Saturday. Justin Galanti will be along as well as all part of our crew for a big Saturday afternoon coming up here at Darien High School. Here's Murphy running between the hash marks. Goes left. lost control of it. They'll spin it right back around and taken by the Indians.
And Rob, just like we said before the half, Anastine was open with a good look at the net, unable to corral the pass.
They'll go far side. The Indians controlling it, turning it back around. Allison Lane. Give it off to Madison Miller. Now slowing it up. Rory Quinn, wearing 28, goes to her right. Quinn begins to set herself in a position where she can be out in front of the net. She's just off to the side. Standing alongside Carly Scudell. They'll back it out, though. Being patient, Liz Harris on as well. Now the feed comes over near side to Katie Bellucci. Trying to back their way in. Good defense right now as Berry had it. Feed down low. Ball loose, it goes wide. 21:40 to go. Second half. Shots 12-9 actually in favor of the Blue Wave. Make it 12-10 now.
Rob, we're going to have a stoppage as Manhasset was unable to find a ball.
So they'll reset. There are always the loose lacrosse balls laying at the back of the zone. And wayward dogs are barking. 10 yards out. Sarah Wepler, she's had herself a day. Loose ball again. And the Blue Wave will say thank you very much.
This ball stopped by the net, so should be able to pick it up and resume play.
And we will. So Scudell will control it. Begins to linger 5 yards out of her net. Comes even a little further out. Looking and looking. Kirby cutting. And the pass almost turned over. That play just took so long to develop, and ultimately it is going to be the Indians who grab it. Turned around and taken right back by Allison Lane. Lane gets it back. They'll throw it a little deeper into their own zone with Catherine Markham. 20:20 to go. Second half, 7-5, Manhasset up 2. We begin to look May square in the eye next Monday. Hard to believe. In fact, May 1st is Sunday. And the action for us here on the HAN Network will stay fast and furious as we get in to May. And, of course, championships, playoffs, we'll have it all for you.
Rob, though, Erin Berry with the kind of the errant pass. I'm not sure who she was really going for. Several players all cut towards the same general vicinity.
And the Blue Wave will take it. Emma Lesko to the far side. Tries to step between a couple of players. Kirby ahead, had it right at the line. Sends it forward. Moving along comes Katie Cronin. Cronin. And again the whistle, and they'll reset from the free position.
Susie Rope took a shot up around the head, not a serious one.
No. But still, that's going to be enough to stop play.
Can't do that, Rob.
So Ropp will make the position from 10 yards out. Ropp went a little high. Threw it over top of the net, and Kowalski, actually, if it doesn't go too high, she would have put it right into basically the netting of Kowalski, who would have swatted it away, I would assume. Murphy to Kirby. Kirby 10 yards out. Kirby on net and a beautiful goal. 7-6.
Rob, it's hard to believe with as many times as we've called Chandler Kirby's name, that's her first goal so far. She does so much as kind of the table setting role and she's able to collect this pass and put home a really beautiful shot.
Well, you said a very key thing, that she's a table setter, and I feel like that's what it is. She's kind of that player who's going to get you all the assists and let the others have the, the glory of the goal scoring.
But sometimes you got to do it yourself.
And she did it right there. 7-6 game. 18:27 to go, second half. For the most part, our May schedule is set and online at HAN.network. There, in fact, if I recall, is one day that has a TBA on it still for which game. And really, because there are so many good games, it's basically the last day of the regular season. So it's kind of the question of which game will kind of fall into line.
Give us a couple more days. We'll figure it all out.
I think we're pretty close to deciding what game we're going to do, but it's not easy. Goodness knows, we do our best for every school in the conference to get everything covered as best as we can, and we'll continue to do that. As it's sent along to the far side, Manhasset with the ball. Now a 7-6 game. Crowd has kind of continued to build as the afternoon has gone along. Fed along to the near side. That was Shea Garcia, number 22. First time we've called her name for Danielle Gallagher and the Indians. And the turnover scooped away and turned around. Daphne Budd with the good play, and Emma Lesko with the ball.
And what I'll say, a crucial deflection there by Budd for the Wave. The Indians again having an open look with Garcia in front of the net.
And Kirby doing it herself. Kirby on net, but Kowalski the save. Scooped right back up. Down, back behind the net again. Along came Katie Cronin. To the far side they go. It's a 7-6 game and 17-14 to go, second half. Trying to tie this game back up. It was last tied at 4. Going far side. Along it comes to Cronin. Cronin, the feed down low. Oh, the save by Kowalski, and she scoops it out of the air.
Saved by Kowalski.
As we see so many times, Rob, not only can Kowalski make the save, she's able to control the rebound and keep possession for the Indians.
Off to the near side, and Casey Roscoe has got it. Sends it ahead. It's a 7-6 game. Down they come. Going back behind the cage. And off to the near side. Still 7-6, 16:09 remaining. Second half. Loose ball. Can they scoop it up? The Blue Wave have got it. Looking for the tie. It's Kirby. Kirby from left to right wearing 17. Sends it left. That's where Murphy waits. Wasn't trying to do too much in transition. Emma Jake on as well. Kirby again. Kirby down toward the football end zone. Again, behind the net. Now they start to make their move, Murphy. Murphy flipped it back, Cronin. Cronin, out it goes. Down close. Bounced in and tied it up. Kaylee Morrow has to find the net. She does. It's 7-7.
Not the prettiest of shots, and it may have been deflected along the way, but took a weird hop and just rolled in past Kowalski, and the Wave have tied it up.
So for Morrow, we have her, as of right now, at a hat trick. 3 on the day. And we're knotted at 7:15-11 to go, second half.
Yes, we do, though to my eternal shame, I wrote it on the wrong side of the scorecard. That's just not acceptable.
Well, what that is you're still developing your scorekeeping style. It takes time.
This is true.
It takes time. I've talked about that during many a baseball game. it really has to be what works for you, whether you're just keeping score for the fun of it. And there are still those who do that, or you're a broadcaster or someone who needs to keep track of the score. This comes along near side. There's Kirby. Kirby down the right side. Susie Rope on the right side awaits, but it goes back. Now Rope gets it. She starts to move. Brings it back out Kirby. Kirby tried to throw it down low, and it's turned right back around. Good recovery by the Blue Wave and Katie Cronin. Near side and 14:29 to go. It's a 7-7 game, Manhasset and Darien. Here's Rope. Rope getting in close, and the whistle.
A great, great move by Susie Rope to get past the defense. Get herself set up in a free position. Can the Wave convert again?
I keep saying Rope, and, well, it's Rop, excuse me. I actually wrote it incorrectly. So Rop it is. And a goal it is. And now we'll say it right for sure. Susie Rop, 8-7 Darien.
It bears repeating, Rob. Coming off of those free positions, the Wave have been money. Nearly every. I think they've only missed two shots off of the free position so far. Manhasset just doesn't have an answer for it.
So now an 8-7 game and 13:56 to go. Now an official wants to have a look at Susie Rop. And the official will look at Rop's stick. With the ball being placed into the netting of the stick. Now out to talk to the other official.
This has been a recurring theme on Lacrosse on the HAN network this week. I believe we had 3 illegal nets at last night's game.
I think you're right. And those were some significant penalties of the 3-minute variety.
A penalty that I did not even know existed.
Very not common, that's for sure. Rop gets the stick back, and all is well in the world. Well, unless you're Danielle Gallagher, who didn't like it, to say the least.
Rob, you're starting to feel, as we approach the halfway point of the second half, Darien is really starting to assert their will over Manhasset.
Bounces to the near side. This will go into the Manhasset bench. I agree. It has been again, and this has kind of been a common theme for us covering lacrosse on the HAN network. We've seen runs, and again, always kind of the 2 or 3 goal, and then the other team comes back, no matter who it is.
It certainly does seem to be that way, though. We're starting to see Darien be a little more dynamic on offense. The defense is tightening up just a bit, not giving Manhasset the same kind of looks they had in the first half. Still a lot of time left to play, though.
13:20 remaining. 8-7 Darien.
As always, I could be completely wrong.
Along it comes. Maddie Riley. Now to the near side. Shea Garcia. Now they bring it back. Running around with it is Sarah Wepler. And she has been largely quiet second half. And Manhasset able to tie it right back up.
Rory Quinn there with the goal for the Indians. The same kind of play we've seen them run all night. This time Quinn actually dished on, was the beginning of the assist, dished it off just behind the net, able to have the pass return to her open in front with Carly Shadell just a little bit out of position as she chased it. And the Indians have tied it back up.
8-8 the score on the goal by the mighty Quinn.
Quinn, number 28.
Just under 13 remaining in the second half. An 8-8 game, shot 17-10. That's cool that the scoreboard has that.
We'll
and it's in favor of Darien.
take a moment here. Chandler Kirby is coming off with the trainer.
I see that. Actually is coming off with, that's head coach Lisa Lindley walking her back over.
Seems to be okay. She was gesturing at her right leg and flexing her ankle a bit.
Trainer has come on in the cart. Kirby makes her way onto the bench, and they'll tend to her. So not a timeout at the moment, and does not look like we will take a break. So we'll stay here. And they're ready for the face-off, in fact. 8-8 game, 12:44 to go, second half. For the face-off, it's Jakes and Markham in an 8-8 game.
Just the stray observation, Rob, looking at how the trainer is working with Chandler Kirby, chugging a bottle of water. I think it may have just been a cramp.
They've got her stretched out and working on the right foot, just extending it, which that is often a sign of it. Again, as we always say, that's pure speculation and not something we're going to do a whole lot of. So Katie Cronin will take it out of the free position.
An odd shove and a slip by Katie Cronin as she headed into the zone.
The whistle coming here, 12:13 to go, second half. There's the whistle, makes the move, and she scores!
Rob, Cronin with her second of the day by my count, and Manhasset just has got to stop giving them these looks in the offensive zone. Darien hasn't had to fight for a position or a good shooting lane. Manhasset's just been giving it to them.
Cronin with 12:01 to go, now a 9-8 Darien lead. I thought one side of a sheet of paper would work as a scorecard today. I was sorely mistaken. We'll head to the back side of the scorecard with the loose ball. And Manhasset comes up with it. Recovered by Aaron Berry. Berry down the left side, comes outside the football numbers. Has Emma Jakes all over her. Now the handoff, and it went to Rory Quinn again, and comes over to the near side and out of bounds. 2 timeouts remaining for Manhasset, and according to the scoreboard, 1 remaining for the Blue Wave. Good scoreboard in that you get a lot of information, and I'm telling you, as fans, broadcasters, or anyone in between, you want as much info as you can get with things like that. Right now, it's the Blue Wave on the attack and the free position coming here. So they'll Anna Stein from 15 yards out. Stein passes, goes to her left. Backs it out, Jakes. There's Kirby back in, good to see.
Chandler Kirby back in the game for Darien.
Kirby to Ropp. Now they'll go behind the net for Marl. 9, 8, and 10.5 to go. Kirby moving, went too high. The release point too high on that one, and she sailed it. But they can play it again, taking it by Marl. Marl backs it out, 20 yards out. Off to the right side, Ropp. Marl again, back to Ropp. Near side, inside the football numbers, 10 yards out. Went to find a position. Here's Kirby. Kirby moves in. Kirby could not get a position, and it looks like another free will come here. 10 to play, 9-8 game. Kirby from the free position. She moves, she shoots, and the save able to be made by Kowalski. Kowalski with the outlet pass going to Caitlin Anderson.
Credit to Kowalski for how she has played. I'm not going to say she's kept the Indians in it by herself, but this could certainly be a lot worse of a deficit had she not been up to the task.
Lauren Marola to the far side. Now they play it there, setting things up. Comes along to Olivia Dooley, a freshman. One thing about Danielle Gallagher, I've seen a lot of different numbers coming in from that Manhattan bench, showing a lot of depth on that team. There are teams, quite honestly, that they set their initial starting lineup, and you don't see a lot of changes as the day goes along. And then, of course, there's Darien boys volleyball, in which we saw no changes during that match about a week ago. AJ wasn't with us for that, but down low and the save made by Scudell.
Good save, Scudell.
And back out it comes. From left to right, Stein. Stein has Ropp on her right, and Ropp will get it. Ropp is 10 yards out. They'll stop it for a free position right there with the collision between she and Anderson.
Rob, it looked to me like the Darien attack was caught a little bit out of sorts by that transition. Anna Stein was pretty much all alone as she headed into the offensive zone. Nobody really to pass the ball off to.
8:14 to go. Ropp in the end zone, backs it out. Waiting there was Kirby. Kirby and Jakes. Jakes collided. Fed down. Oh, throwing it too high, Marl. That one actually snuck under the netting and went all the way back, so clock does stop with 7:54 to go. Did they find a loose ball? I think they did, and certainly there it is. Rob picked it up.
You know, Rob, I actually just noticed this. On the far side of that corner, from the goalposts to the opposite corner of the turf, there is no netting. The netting has seemed to be fallen down in those 4 to 5 sections.
I see what you're seeing. Off the reset. It's played by Marl. Marl to Ropp. Ropp back out, Kirby. Kirby goes left. Gets it back from Cronin. Jakes was there, now Cronin. Cronin moving between defenders. Cronin trying to do it herself, sent it wide.
Off the base of the goalpost, so we won't have to stop for this one.
7:17 to go. Cronin out of the free position. Cronin. Oh, and a nice save made, but a try there, and they put it home, and they're going to wave it off. Cronin initially, then Ropp grabbed the loose bacon and threw it home. No goal.
No goal.
Still 9-8. Manhasset leading. And Manhasset ball with 6:34 to go.
Despite the confusion, a fortunate break for Manhasset.
As they bring it all the way down, almost coast to coast, but go behind the net. Coast to coast without shooting, let's put it that way. Around it comes with Wepler. Sarah Wepler last scored with 94 seconds remaining in the first half. Some of the crowd not liking the call, and such is the nature of what we do. Under 6 to go. Moving in, and that goes wide. They'll do it again. Still Manhasset ball. A 9-8 Darien lead. 5:40 to go, second half. This loose and bouncing around, taken still by the Indians. Cutting across. 10 yards out. Trying to move in. Goes Lauren Marola. And a 9-9 game.
Credit to Carly Shadell, though, in the middle of that sequence, able to come up with the first big save. Unfortunately, not able to control the rebound, as we say, so important as a keeper in lacrosse. And Manhasset's able to regain control and put it in. As the boys Wave varsity team comes over and says hello to Ruby. We'll take a break.
We will indeed. We're back after this. Lauren Marola got the goal. We're tied at 9. 5:26 to go. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network.
Had a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or go to coastalorthoexpress.com. That's coastalorthoexpress.com. Like them on Facebook.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back at Darien High School, Rob Adams, AJ Simonowski, 9-9 the score, 5:26 to go in the second half. Darien and Manhasset knotted up, shots 21-14 in favor of the Blue Wave. 2 timeouts remaining for Manhasset, 1 remaining for the Darien Blue Wave. Saturday, of course, we're here for the big boys showdown between Darien and New Canaan. Many of the Blue Wave right here in the crowd now, watching their lady counterparts in this high school. And off the face-off, Manhasset controls it. In fact, some of the Blue Waves still making their way across right down below. Now it's controlled by the Indians. Sarah Wepler. Wepler, especially in the first half, a thorn in the side of the Blue Wave. They have neutralized her a little better here in the second half. 4:56 remaining. Back it all the way out. They swing it left, and they do. Over to Aaron Berry. Berry has a defender on her. Spinning around and working the ball. Trying to get it down low. She had Emma Lesko in her face. Coming down to 4.5 remaining. 9-9 game. Still plenty of time. Backed out by Katie Bellucci. To the near side. Into the football end zone a few yards deep. They'll come out of that. Swinging around with some nifty moves by Berry. Flipped along, though, and down low. Trying to control it there. Turned around, and here come the Blue Wave. They go from left to right with 4:07 to go. Nearly stolen away. They'll work it ahead. Logan Buck. Down they go on the right wing. Taken back by Morrill. Morrill behind the net. Anna Stein back there. Slowing things all the way up. Here's Chandler Kirby. Kirby playing catch with Emma Jakes.
Rob, I hate to say it, but Katie Bellucci has come off holding the side of her face for Manhasset.
Cronin, Rop, and a whistle.
Looked like she may have taken a stick to it in that final exchange that led to the turnover.
Leaning over for a moment, dealing with the trainer for Darien off the free position, and the bouncer scores! Susie Ropp makes it 10-9 with 3:13 to go.
I feel like I'm repeating myself, Rob. Manhasset does not have an answer for Darien's shooters off of those free positions.
You're wondering about all that noise? That's the Darien boys lacrosse team doing the chanting.
Freshly back from practice.
And yes, it was a Seven Nation Army chant. Big face-off here. 3:13 to go. And it's a fast break moving down with Emma Berry. Berry almost all alone. Now all alone, and they retie it.
Manhasset comes right back.
Madison Riley, it's 10-10.
Great ball movement off of the face-off as Erin Berry gained control of the ball, headed into the Darien zone by herself with basically a 3-on-2. The first outlet pass to, I believe, Lauren Garcia, who finds Madison Riley on the opposite side of the goal. At seconds after we've thought that Darien has gone back on top, Manhasset ties it up again.
10-10 game and exactly 3 to go, AJ.
Starting to get the feeling that whoever ends up with the ball last is going to win this one.
It's going to be Darien.
Manhasset called for a hold as the boys' team roars in approval.
Lisa Lindley, a quick conversation with Katie Cronin. They'll reset with 2:40 to go, clock running. Second half, we're at Darien High School. It's a 10-10 game. Ball was loose. The presence of the Blue Wave boys lacrosse team has really amped up the atmosphere here, though. I'll say that. It's kind of cool. Cronin steps back, goes left. Cronin gets it back. Cronin 10 yards out. She goes right. Kirby, a move. Kirby sent it wide.
And Chandler Kirby is extremely mad at herself for missing that shot. Slammed her stick down into the turf as the Wave reset here.
Among those in the crowd, I just spied Jeff Braymeyer, the head coach of the Blue Wave, and the free position will come here. Resetting will be Cronin. 1:53 to go.
Needless to say, big spot in this game.
Kowalski positions herself in the net. Cronin. Ready. The whistle. She passes, goes left. That was Murphy. Laura Murphy back to Cronin. 1:45. Cronin. A 10-10 game and a loose ball that's turned back and taken by the Wave. Kirby sends it all the way across, almost overshot Laura Murphy. Murphy inside, flips along. Here's Murphy, almost alone on net, and the bouncer goes behind the net. 1:18 to go. Loose ball. Turned around, and a whistle, and a timeout. Everything stops with 1:14 to go. Tied at 10. We all need a timeout. Catch your breath. Game tied. Manhasset, Darien. We return right after this. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. Where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Until April 30th, choose $150 cash for a Smeg toaster when you open a My Bankwell Choice checking account with a minimum of $2,000.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
Back in Darien, coming back off the timeout. It's 10-10 with 1:14 to go. These are the white knuckle moments we love in this business. whether you're on the air or as a spectator. To be honest, it's always the most fun when you don't have a dog in the fight. And they are battling with Kowalski there in the corner. So with no rooting interest, we can sit and just love this for all it's worth. As we're down to 60 seconds. Probably fair to say next goal wins, and Murphy's got it. Murphy to the outside. Murphy stops, looks, backs it out. Patient. Jakes knocked away. And another timeout taken with 45.5 to go.
Rob, there's actually a fortunate break for the Indians there as they turned it over near midfield. Kowalski was yards away from being in the net and had to hustle back after beginning that possession for the Indians. And they are fortunate that didn't end the game right there.
45.5 remaining, second half, a 10-10 game. Shots are 24-15 in favor of the Blue Wave. Madison Riley scored with 3 minutes left to tie this game up. We have not gone long between goals in this game. Again, coffee break starts your day tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. John Kovach and Yankee Fisherman later on at 1. And then Arts and Leisure at 2. Friday, coffee break as well. Saturday, special pregame show from here at Darien High School at 11:30. Dave Stewart and I, along with Frank Granito and the rest of the crew, will be on hand. And then Darien and New Canaan for the big national showdown. Again, depending on what ranking you look at, they're either number 4 and 7 or wherever you want to look at it. Darien's the higher team right now. New Canaan a little bit lower, but they're both top 10 in the country.
That ought to be a heck of a show.
Looking forward to it. That's Saturday at 1. Pregame at 11:30. 45.5 to go, a 10-10 tie. We told you the wind would rustle around a bit and gusting to 15. And away we go. Far side. Safe to say next goal might win. It's thrown down with 36 to go. A whistle. So we'll reset with 35.4 to go.
As the officials direct traffic.
The Blue Wave players all standing up in the stands. It'll be Susie Ropp with the ball. Ropp ready from the free position, backs it out. 32 seconds to play. Moving around through a double team is Cronin. Cronin breaks that double team. Cronin and another whistle. Cronin slides down at the 6-yard line. They will set things up again from the free position.
Cronin with the ball.
Cronin with 26 seconds to play. It's a 10-10 tie. Cronin with a good position from here. Will she shoot or pass? Kowalski sets herself. Cronin has a free lane to work with. Cronin directing traffic. 10-10 game. There's the whistle. Cronin down on net, but right at Kowalski. Didn't get a great shot off. Down to 19 to go. Back it comes. Not a lot of time to work with for the Indians. We're down to 14 from right to left. They bring it across the line. Down the near side. They've made position with 8 to go. Can they work it down? It's a 10-10 game. 5 seconds to go and a whistle. The official will go talk things over. 4.5 seconds remaining. Coach Lindley just shaking her head right now.
Not happy with that call.
However, it's not a free position to make it, it's not out in front of the net, AJ, is what I'm trying to say.
No, it is not nearly as bad a position for the Wave as it could be.
Markham down to 3, knocked away with 1, and it's tied at the end of regulation.
And that's the end of regulation. 10-10.
10-10 is our score. 50 minutes was not enough.
And Rob, we have to spotlight Chrissy Kowalski coming up with the huge save off of the Darien reposition with Susie Ropp taking the shot. Excuse me, it was Katie Cronin took the final shot there for the Wave. Kowalski able to come up with the big save in a situation that has really nipped the Indians so far today.
At the end of regulation, Darien 10, Manhasset 10. We take a break. We're out. Back after this on the HAN Network.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your time-saving local shopping destination for the best of spring. Find many of your favorite products, from great specials on everyday items to the freshest organic produce, artisanal cheeses, and grass-fed steaks. Drop off your knives to be sharpened, grab a beautiful bouquet of spring flowers, and stop in next door for a wine tasting. Plus, their personable staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. So stop in to Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street today, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Welcome back to Darien. There was a little bit of discussion because with an out-of-state team in here, what's the format for overtime? It is in New York, Connecticut, and often you play the Connecticut rule or whoever the home team is. So they had to actually radio to somebody and say, we need an answer. It's a 3-minute overtime sudden death. Next goal, we go home.
And if there is no goal after the end of 3, the teams will switch sides, and as the PA announcer said, we'll do it again.
And just as important, what was the last goal scored, AJ?
The last goal scored, Rob. Maddie Riley with 3 minutes left to go.
Bingo. We haven't had a goal in 3 minutes. As the PA, by the way, has gone to the rather unique Undercover of the Night by the Stones. You don't often hear this 1980s ditty getting played. You don't often hear anything from the Stones' 80s canon getting played.
I would say you don't often hear the Stones at a sporting event, with the exception of maybe You Start Me Up.
I was going to say Start Me Up, which is an 80s song, actually. 81 was when that album came out. We have a couple of minutes before we get the extra session started, this being girls lacrosse, but we're also in an era where everything has a day, as you know, AJ.
Yes.
Now, for whatever reason, AJ Seminowski Day has not been determined yet, but will be.
I'm working on it. There's a petition on change.org for that.
But today is actually, and I didn't know this until I woke up this morning and saw it on Twitter, today is Babe Ruth Day.
I actually saw a tweet, I believe it might have been from SportsCenter, of the Babe. I believe there is only one game, and that game is baseball.
That's close. If you go to a very fine Twitter feed worth following, also known as Double Five, the only real game I think in the world is baseball. That speech made on this date, April 27th, 1947.
I'll still take credit for it, being that it was very early this morning when I saw that.
I have no problem with that. Girls lacrosse gets ready to start things up again, and what a fine game we have seen here today. 3 minutes on the clock. We go to overtime. Obviously, the face-off now, everything. because possession's at a premium. Popped up, knocked around. Darien has it, then knocked away and controlled by Manhasset. But they immediately throw it away, comes out of bounds. So a bad turnover, AJ, to start the extra session.
Rob, that was Sarah Wepler, whose name we had called almost every other second in the first half, much quieter in the second half. And just a pass, it looked like she rushed it a little bit too much.
Keep in mind, Manhasset 7-0 on the year. They have been perfect. 2.5 to go in the first overtime. Next goal wins. Near side, Rop. Rop for Darien, sends it into the football end zone. Waiting there is Morrill. Morrill has a couple today as well as she spins around. Morrill being double teamed back there. Morrill lost the handle on it. Let's see what the guys in the stripes come up with. They say it bounced and went to Kowalski, and that's all you need to know. 2:05 to go.
Kaylee Morrill is not happy about that as she refuses to let Kowalski get out of range.
Kowalski pops it up and does get it ahead to a teammate. Outside the numbers in transition they go. From right to left in the orange and blue. Moving across the line. Feeding down low. And they'll slow things down. Under 100 seconds remaining in overtime. Swinging left. They'll bring it all the way over toward Wepler. Wepler had 4, but all in the first half. Behind the net, 1:20 to go. The Blue Wave set the defense. And it's taken back there by Riley. Keep an eye on her. Again, off to the side of the net. They'll reset it. That looks like Erin Berry. Looking to make a play. It is Berry. 1 minute to go in overtime. Behind the net again. Played by Riley. Riley, Berry. Look out for Wepler. 50 seconds to go. Little handoff goes to Berry. The boys lacrosse team trying to do a mock countdown to force a shot. It did no good. Berry works it ahead. Down low. Knocked ahead. Turned away. Coming back. Staying with it, Manhasset. They've got 30 seconds. The whistle and the free position coming here.
Looked like the Indians had tried to go for that same play they had run all day. Pass wasn't there.
And the shot knocked around and the save made. The big save by Carly Shudell with 20 seconds to go in the first overtime and then knocked around and out of bounds. 18 seconds to go.
18 seconds remaining.
Coming from off the sideline, Blue Wave with plenty of time. It'll start with Logan Book. Got it ahead, and the quick pass to Katie Cronin, lost the handle on it, turned right back around. 12 seconds to go. Down the right side, it's Riley. Riley with 8, Riley with 7, down to 6, we're at 5, down to 4. Got to get a shot off a whistle with 3.1 remaining in overtime.
A Manhasset player was extra Manhasset player in the offensive zone. The referees have called her back.
Darien ball, and we're going to go to a second overtime.
And that's the end of the first overtime.
Well, that wasn't enough. Let's play on.
I could do another one.
6-4 after regulation. 10-10 after the first overtime.
Rob, just as we had seen at the end of regulation with Kowalski for the Indians making the big save, Carly Shudell comes up big for the Wave here, turning away a wide open look off the free position, and we go to double OT.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been fun.
Wepler, Quinn, Morrill, Cronin, Wepler, Murphy, Wepler, Morrill, Berry, Wepler. Those were your first half goals. Murphy, Bellucci, Kirby, Morrill, Ropp, Quinn, Cronin, Marola, Ropp, and then finally the last goal as it sails over the net was Riley. That's where we are. 10-10 the score, and 14 seconds gone by in the second extra session. Manhasset has the ball. Played by Barry. Barry to the far side in a wonderful 10-10 game. These two teams have given you everything. Barry. Barry goes far side. Barry, little spinorama. Flips it, knocked. Scooped right back up. And now it's Darien ball. Kirby. Kirby with the head of steam, 2:14 to go. Kirby with Murphy to her left. Slows it down with 2:08 to play. This pro-Darien crowd ready to lift. 2 minutes to go. Double overtime. 10-10. Murphy. Murphy with a good look. On net, Kowalski, and the save made. She had Kaylee Morrill in her face, but she got rid of it, and now we are under 100 seconds remaining in the second overtime. To the near side comes Casey Roscoe. It will stay with Manhasset. The Indians with possession and 1:34 remaining. Double overtime. Shadows beginning to infringe on the field ever so slightly, but the field overall bathed in sunlight on this Wednesday afternoon, and 1:28 to go. Down comes Wepler. Wepler, who has been absolutely neutralized in the second half. Backs it out to Barry. 1:15 to go. They work it along. Riley. Madison Riley behind the net. Heads back toward X, takes a look there. Starts to her left. Coming near side. Just tried to flip it along. Can the Blue Wave get it? They do. No, turned right back. Scooping at it on the near side. Riley. Riley with the quick feed down low. And the big save made! Oh, what a save! Shadell says not here. Turn it back the other way, though. 41 seconds to play. Shadell with her best of the day.
Both goaltenders so huge in the last 10 minutes of play overall.
Wepler back out Barry. 30 seconds remaining. Boy, I thought we were going home. And a whistle and a free position coming up here. 24.6 remaining. It'll be Aaron Barry, the midi. Shadell ready. She'll pass it. Passed it a touch high. It's scooped right back up by Manhasset. They get down low. We have 17 seconds remaining and another whistle. What had been a high offense game had gotten a little sleepy. But all of a sudden, this place is jumping. Barry from the free position. Shadell ready, makes her move, makes the shot, and the save made. 14.9 remaining. Still a 10-10 game, and this place is going nuts.
Rob, I am in awe of the show Carly Shadell has put on in the last 5 minutes.
Let's do it again. And back it comes. 13 seconds to go in double overtime. With the move being made by Cronin. Katie Cronin trying to do it herself. Katie Cronin on net, and the save made again. 2 seconds remaining.
Putting on a show today.
Clock expires. What a play made at the end by Kowalski.
Katie Cronin went flying at the end of that play.
10-10 after double overtime.
She gets up. She appears to be okay.
That's just giving it all you have, and then just probably a touch of pure exhaustion there.
Probably. Katie Cronin taking the ball herself the entire length of the field, able to get a shot off, but Kowalski saying, not on my watch.
double overtime is not enough. (10-10) at the end of double OT. Now the officials walking over to the near side. Again, with this being a bit of an out-of-state matchup, there's a bit of almost like a hint of confusion as to how long do we keep going here. But we seem to be content to roll into a third overtime. Rob?
The party's over. It ends in a 10-10
It ends in a 10-10 tie. It does end in a tie.
As I was cut off by the PA announcer, the referees is headed to sign the scorecard, and this one will end in a draw. A heck of a game. I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to see these two teams keep going.
You know my feeling about such things.
They could play until Saturday, and you'd be happy.
Ties are never enough. The final score from Darien High School. Darien 10, Manhasset 10 in double overtime. AJ and I come back and wrap it up right after this. And a huge tip of the cap to everyone here today. We're back. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network.
At the Sylvan Learning Center of Darien, experienced teachers and personalized academic support equals superior results. Our certified teachers uncover skill gaps, address specific needs, and help students realize greater academic success and increased confidence. We're enrolling now. Individualized after-school tutoring in reading, math, history, elementary math, algebra, geometry, calculus, high school science, and study skills. For a free consultation, call 203-655-3276 or email gmcsylvan@gmail.com.
Alberto Londano Professional Painting, Wallpapering, and Carpentry has been serving Fairfield County for over 20 years. Based in Norwalk, Alberto takes pride in his work by offering you only the best quality service and products. Call Alberto today to get a free estimate and be one step closer to a new and exciting home makeover. 203-866-9635.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday, right here on the HAN Network. This one's in the books. Final score 10-10. Rob Adams, AJ Simonowski back at Darien High School. My hat is off to these guys. What a game these ladies gave us.
Definitely. From both teams, we had an offensive game for 95% of it, and then the goalkeepers just took over. Shots by both Kowalski and, I've lost her name, Carly Shadell. I do not want to forget Carly Shadell. Faced handfuls of shots each in the final minutes and overtime and double overtime, turned away all of them. I have to tip the hat that I'm not wearing. I want to see these ladies keep playing. This was a heck of a game. Absolutely.
Nobody should walk out of here with a tie today. But with all that said, for a long Wednesday afternoon in Darien, that will do it from Darien High School. The final score: Manhasset from New York 10, Darien from Connecticut 10. A 10-10 tie in double overtime. Coffee break. Get your day started tomorrow at 11 o'clock, followed by John Kovach and Yankee Fisherman at 1 o'clock, and then the drive with Steve Coulter and Sally Sanders at 2 o'clock, as well as a special broadcast Saturday morning, 11:30 for the big lacrosse game. Pre-game show 11:30. Darien and New Canaan boys lacrosse at 1 o'clock. For everyone here at Darien High School, Justin Stock, Steve Buno, Marty Hersom, Josh Fisher, AJ Simonowski, John Kovach, Eric Gendron directing. For all of them, sometimes it's an honor to say I'm Rob Adams. 10-10 the final score. What a great girls lacrosse game. You've been watching the FCAC on the HAN Network. Good night from Darien High School.